What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today, Journey calls, because we're going to be taking a look at the second Lord of the Rings movie, The Two Towers, and the reason why I remember this one was the second one is because it has literally two in the name, Two Towers. I like that. I think that's very smart to call the second one Two Towers, because Lord of the Rings 2 Towers, you know? Like, it could just be called Towers, like, you don't know. It could be Lord of the Rings 2, Towers. But, yeah, this one's called Two Towers because there's two towers, which they actually go to, in this movie. So, you know, very, very creatively named. Very imaginative on the title of this one. I think that is very, very excellent of, Tolkien for doing this one. But yeah, I don't have much else to say for the intro, so without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say. So, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers came out in 2002, and it's a fantasy adventure movie which is 2 hours and 59 minutes long, which is 1 minute longer than the last one, which came out a year prior. So again, very similar to The Hobbit, they are pumping these bad boys out as soon as possible, and it was made a year before I was born. So this is actually an 8.8 out of 10 on IMDb, a 4.8 out of 5 on Amazon, and 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Frodo and Sam arrive in Mordor with the help of Gollum. A number of new allies join their former companions to defend against as Saruman launches an assault from his domain. So, this movie actually gets a little crazy because their group actually ends up splitting up here, with Gandalf doing the iconic "You shall not pass," leaving the others to get caught up in a attack by the orcs, and then we have Gandalf have to go and basically fight against this big creature, turn into Gandalf the White, and then also take on Sauron at the end, which is fucking sick. And they have to take out Sauron because he's the one who operates the eye, I do believe. I could be wrong, but he has like the mystic orb which he looks into, which has been memed to death. And we have him riding with Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. Like, that's group A. And then group B is Frodo and Sam, who end up running into Gollum, and Sam doesn't trust Gollum, but Gollum saved him from a big spider, and with this big spider they actually end up going through Mordor, which is a outpost of orcs, and they have to dress up in orc armor and manage to like get through everything and like survive, and they manage to make it through. Gollum is trying to steal the ring off them and betray them, but he's being kind to them just so he can get close to them enough to steal it. Sam likes to talk about his potatoes because potatoes are fucking brilliant, and that's all you need to get through life is just a good potato. And then Merry and Pippin are off on their own fucking journey in the middle of the woods talking to tree people, and the tree people actually run to the tower and help the fight with Gandalf and the other three. Don't know how the fuck they made it there with tree people, but sure, they helped with tree people. And that's the end of this movie. They take down the towers, which leaves for Frodo and the rest of them to be able to get to the last one, get to the last place, which is the volcano. And yeah, that's pretty much the movie. I really liked this one. Thought this one was cool, and they did a lot more with this one than they did in the first one because they've already set up the characters, they've set up the dynamics, and set up the premise. This time they are more expanding upon the world and sort of having a group split up, and this isn't like a Stranger Things type situation where there's like too many groups that keep swapping and changing when stuff gets good. There is an equal balance of each story, and there is a nice segue into changing into what group we're looking at. It doesn't feel as forced or as jumpy as Stranger Things or some of the other sort of movies have it. Some other TV shows do it over on Netflix. I'm pretty sure even Wednesday has some weird jumpy moments in the series, which is pretty cool, pretty interesting. But like it's funny how they got the formula down for this movie, like way back in the day, way back at like 2002, a year before I was born, and they can't keep it up for like modern day content. Like even Arcane did it better than Stranger Things. And you know what? I'm not trying to compare Arcane to Stranger Things because Arcane is fucking goated as shit. But it's just interesting. I did like the balance again. Legolas being one of my favorite characters from this franchise, so I'm just happy to see more of him. And him and Gimli, their relationship is growing throughout this movie. Their character dynamic is really good, and we also see Frodo start to get a little bit more overtaken by the ring. The little bit of build-up there is really cool. The little bit of foreshadowing being told is superb. The set design, the costume design is again fucking immaculate. I don't think I've talked about that in any of the other sort of film reviews, so I'm going to do it in this one, which, again, it is fucking gorgeous. Like the set design, seeing these really cool castles, these really beautiful forest designs, these glorious like cities of Riverdale, Rivenden, the Elven City, which is so fucking beautiful. And then we can go to like really dark, gritty areas with like, you know, the orc castles and shit like that, and like the towers. And I'm gonna be honest, CGI isn't too great in this movie. The trees do look a little weird, and Gollum is definitely off-putting at best. But Gollum used to scare me back in the day. I used to be terrified of that little bastard. But I have grown to like him over recent years. I think he is one of the better characters from Lord of the Rings, and I am very excited for him to get his own movie and his own time to shine. But he is a little ugly looking, a little creepy looking in this one, which I don't really appreciate. I don't know. The CGI isn't great. Obviously, back in 2002, when this actually came out, that's going to be obviously a sign of the times. Like stuff back then isn't gonna look spectacular. It's gonna look pretty mediocre, and I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the worst. Could be. Like, there's definitely movies that come out nowadays which look fucking worse than this one. But I did really like this one. Like, it was better than the first one in my opinion. I really liked the story and how they expanded upon the world and the characters and the new introductions to the humans. Like, the humans met like more humans. Like that ginger guy, he died in this one. I'm pretty sure. I forgot to do this review after watching this movie, and I went straight to watching the third one, so I could be wrong. The timeline could be a little confusing, but I'm pretty sure he died in this one. And it was a very impactful moment, and I liked how they did the camera angles and how it was shot for that scene. It was really beautiful, and like, it was just really emotional. Like, they really dragged out the emotion from you, and I didn't even like the guy, but it had a very heavy impact on the rest of the characters, and we saw that throughout the rest of the movie, and I thought it was really fucking cool. I thought it was really good. And Gandalf being Gandalf the White, didn't really care for it. Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White, he sort of cleaned up his act, cleaned up his beard, sort of straightened his hair. Don't know how he did all that, but he had like a transformation, like a reincarnation, because he almost died. Near-death experience changes a man. Fighting a fire guy sort of burnt all the grease and grime off him, so maybe he was always Gandalf the White. Maybe it was just the fire that cleansed his soul of all the dirt. Don't know. No one knows. But it was still a badass movie, not gonna lie, and it had a better ending than the last one. It felt more of a satisfying conclusion to this story, to this chapter of the story, while still leaving it open for the next one. With just the way it left with that, like, it wasn't really a cliffhanger. Like, it left you ready for the next one, but I feel like it was a nice conclusion to this segment of the story, ready to continue in the next one. I don't know, I just think like it did a better job as a second movie than the second Hobbit did as a second movie. But I didn't really like the Tree People, I'm going to be honest. I did not really like Merry and Pippin's storyline. I don't really like Merry and Pippin, to be fair. They were good comedic relief in the first one, but they were kind of annoying in the second one. And the Tree People were fucking weird. Like, I don't really like the Tree People or the Tree People scene. It was so boring. Like, when we got, like, a good, like, action bit, and then we had to, like, slow right down for the Tree People. Like, it just felt like it dragged on a little bit, and the pacing felt a little bit off with this movie, with the tree segments. It's just a little weird. It's just a little weird. Tree People well, I'm not the biggest fan of the Tree People, I will admit. But other than that, I thought this one was definitely better than the first one. So I am going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all next one. Hope you all have an excellent day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe. If you do want me to review any other movies, please do let me know down in the comments below. It doesn't even have to be a movie. It can be a TV show, game, even an anime, or a indie pilot on YouTube. I'll watch it as soon as possible, and I'll get a review out for you even faster. So without any further delay, I'll love you and leave you. I'll see you all tomorrow for the final Lord of the Rings movie. We are coming to an end of this trilogy, and I am very excited. I'm very excited to talk about it and end this trilogy, because these have been videos that I've been planning for like weeks now. So I'm finally happy to scratch it off my YouTube bucket list.